All right, let's talk about a design challenge that I think we have all faced at some point. The living room. You know that feeling, right? You've got all the furniture, but no matter how you shuffle it around, something just feels off. Well, today, we're going to dive into the simple principles that can take that frustrating space and turn it into a truly harmonious retreat.
Does this look familiar? Just staring at your furniture, totally unsure of where to even begin? It is such a common feeling. So if that's you, don't worry. We are absolutely going to get this all sorted out. Because really, this is the end goal, isn't it? It's not just about a room that looks good on Instagram, but one that actually feels good. A space that's calm, that's cohesive, and that really serves as your own personal sanctuary from the world. So, let's make that happen.
Okay, so first things first, why should we even care this much about where the sofa goes? Well, it's because a living room layout is about so much more than just looking pretty. It's really about creating an environment that works for you and your life, day in and day out. You see, a really great layout does 4 key things. First, it creates flow. You know, that effortless feeling when you can walk through the room without bumping into a coffee table. It also defines the purpose. Is this a cozy spot for chats, or is it for big movie nights? A good layout also lets your personality shine through your art and decor. And finally, it puts a spotlight on those standout pieces you really love. It's all about making the room work for you.
So, to get that perfect layout, we need to understand the basic building blocks of great design. Think of these as the foundational principles that are going to take all the guesswork out of arranging your room and help you create that sense of harmony we're after.
And this chart is a fantastic way to see the priorities. Just look at that. Furniture placement makes up a whopping 40%. It's the single most important decision you'll make. But of course, the other elements are crucial too. Your color scheme sets the mood, that's 30%. Decor and texture bring in all your personality, that's another 20%. And that final 10% for smart storage, oh, that's the secret sauce that keeps the space feeling calm and uncluttered. It all has to work together.
Now let's talk about color. To really nail that oasis vibe, you want to start with a serene backdrop. So think soft grays, earthy neutrals, maybe some dusty greens. Now, this does not mean your room has to be boring. Not at all. You can use those bolder, brighter colors as accents, say on a cushion or a piece of art, to bring some energy into the space without it feeling overwhelming.
Okay, so we've got the foundations down. Now, let's get into some of my favorite pro tips. These are the little secrets that designers use to take a room from just good to, oh, wow, this is great, and create that perfect balance between style and everyday life. So here's a crucial one. Every great room has a focal point. It's the star of the show. This could be a fireplace, a big piece of art, or even a really cool rug. Once you figure out what your hero piece is, you build the entire room around it. This is what gives a space that intentional, really pulled together feel.
Now, how do you arrange everything around that focal point? Well, you've got 2 main options. On the left, we have symmetry. See how those tables and lamps are like mirror images of each other? This creates a very classic, formal feeling. But on the right, we have asymmetry. This feels a lot more modern and dynamic, right? It's balanced not by using identical objects, but by using things with a similar visual weight. Just think of it like a seesaw. That big sofa on one side is balanced out by the chair and the tall lamp on the other. And please, I am begging you, don't just rely on that one big overhead light. It just makes a room feel so flat and kind of sterile. The real key is to layer your lighting. You want to maximize that beautiful natural light during the day, use ambient lamps for a soft glow in the evening, and then add little bits of accent lighting to highlight art or a cozy reading nook. That layering is what creates mood and warmth and depth.
All right, we have covered a lot of the do's, so you know what's next. Let's talk about the don'ts. Honestly, avoiding these common little missteps is just as important for getting that professional, flawless finish in your living room.
This chart breaks it down perfectly. Let's look at the left column, the missteps. Number 1, overcrowding the room. The pro move on the right leaves some breathing room between your pieces. Another classic mistake is ignoring scale. You know, that giant sofa crammed into a tiny room. Instead, choose furniture that actually fits. Forgetting function is a big one too. Always make sure the layout works for how you actually live your life. And lastly, that one-note lighting we talked about, the fix is simple. Layer those light sources.
Okay, are you feeling inspired, ready to maybe do a little refresh? Awesome! Here is a super simple step-by-step plan you can follow to tackle your own redesign, making the whole process feel way less daunting and maybe even fun. First things first, measure everything. Your room, your furniture, all of it.
Then, just sketch out a few ideas on paper or use an online tool. It lets you experiment without breaking your back. Next, and this is so important, start with the anchors, your biggest pieces. Once those are set, you can gradually add in the smaller accent pieces. And finally, step back, edit, refine, and tweak it until it feels just right.
And I really want to hammer home that third step again. Always, always, always start with your largest items. Your sofa, your media unit, whatever it is. Placing these big anchor pieces first is what sets the entire foundation for the room. Get those right, and trust me, everything else just kind of falls into place.
So there you have it. I know it can seem like a huge task, but with a clear vision and these smart little tips, you can absolutely transform your home into that amazing, tranquil retreat you've been dreaming of. It is totally within your reach, I promise. So that brings us to the end. The only real question left is, what's the very first step you're going to take? Are you going to grab a tape measure, start sketching out a new idea, or maybe just identify that focal point? Whatever it is, you've totally got this.